Hi, I'm Tina at spongeandstamp.com. This past Tuesday on my Facebook Live, I wanted to show how to use designer series paper to decorate your envelopes. But I made a oops, and this was the card that we did on our Facebook Live. So if you want to see how I created this card, you can jump over to my Facebook page, Sponge and Stamp with Tina, and I'll have that link down below, and you can watch the replay. But this was the card, and I wanted it to match this, but this is what happened. I accidentally adhered it on upside down. So I didn't want to waste a perfectly good envelope, so I had to come up with something that would coordinate beautifully with it, and this is what I created. So I'm going to show you how I did this. So I started out using a piece of cardstock. This is Pool Party, and it's cut at 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Oh, a little tongue-tied there. So I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder to give that a nice crisp fold. And then there we go. Then I pulled in some basic gray cardstock, and this is 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to go ahead and adhere that down. And I'm going to use my favorite glue, which is Tombow Mono Multi-Purpose Liquid Glue. And the reason why I like this glue so much is because it gives me wiggle room when I don't quite lay something down straight. Okay, so there we go. So there's the start of it. Now I'm going to bring in some Whisper White cardstock, and this is 5 by 3 3/4, and a piece of our designer series paper. This is from the Bird Ballad designer series paper that you can find in the Bird Ballad suite. In the brand new catalog, Creativity is Calling. It's a gorgeous catalog. If you don't have one, please message me, or and I will get one to you. Just leave me your address, your mailing address. And this is cut at 3.5 by 4 3/4, I believe. And you can find the measurements down below also, and also on my blog. So this is going to layer on top of our Whisper White cardstock. But before we do that, I am going to take a strip of Pool Party cardstock that is cut at 1 1/4 and by 3.5, and we are just going to layer that right on top of there. So put some glue on here, and let's see, I'm hoping I'm in the camera, because with the Facebook I can kind of see it on the screen, but when we're doing a YouTube video, it's kind of difficult sometimes, and that is overhanging just a tiny bit. So I am going to just give that a trim using my cardstock as my guide, or my designer series paper as my guide. There we go. And this is the other side. This was the side that was supposed to go on that envelope. And let's see, so I've got some scrap here, and I also have some white baker's twine that I used my dark smoky slate Stampin' Blend to color this. And this is about 14 to 15 inches long. And I am going to use a glue dot to adhere this to the front of our card, and I'm just going to place it right there because that's where my sentiment is going to go. And I'm going to just kind of crisscross it around, and this always works out well for me to do it that way than trying to do it on the back. And I'm going to give it a little trim because you're not going to see this because it's going to be covered up with your sentiment. So I'm going to take my Starburst punch, and I'm going to punch out a starburst using our basic gray. And then I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that I'm going to stamp out our sentiment. And I'm using the sentiment from Above the Clouds. So isn't that really cool how another stamp set goes along with a different suite of designer series paper, the Bird Ballad. I think that it's so cool how Stampin' Up! Does that. That's one of the reasons why I absolutely love them. And I'm just going to stamp that down. We are stamping Let Your Dreams Soar. And then I'm going to take my 2-inch circle punch and I'm just going to center that right in there and give that a punch. So there we go. I'm going to close this up so that I don't have a disaster, because I would. We're going to take some more of our liquid glue and just kind of put it on the back and then center it on our starburst. And just kind of like hold that in place. Let it dry for a second or two. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to our Whisper White. So again, I'm just using my liquid mono glue here. I know I put a little bit of extra glue on there, but that is because it gives me a little bit longer time to line my cards up. Okay, there we go. Move that piece out of the way. So there we go. We've got that, and then we can go ahead and layer that on our basic gray, just like so. And that looks pretty good. So now we're going to take some dimensionals, and I'm going to make sure that I have these the right way. Sometimes if I'm not paying attention, I could put them this way and then they're the wrong way. So, because I want them to straddle over our baker's twine. And we're just going to place that right here in the center. And then I'm going to take our rhinestones, if I can find them. I know I took them out. Here they are, right here. We're going to take those, and we are going to kind of stuck to the back here. Take them. I'm going to use my Smoky Slate Dark, and I'm going to color a large one. And then 2 of the medium-sized ones. So one of the other things that I love about our Stampin' Blends, because you can color ribbon and our rhinestones and pearls and all that kind of stuff. It's so much fun. And I'm taking my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to pick off this large one, and we're going to place it right there. And then the 2 small ones, and we're going to place one right there and place the other one right about there. And then there you go. There it is. And it matches so beautifully with our envelope. So I hope you guys like this video, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel and make sure you click the little bell icon so that you don't miss any future videos. And all the links to my blog and to Facebook Live, or not Facebook Live, but to my Facebook page, the measurements and the products that I used in this video will be listed down below. Thanks again, you guys, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.